Welcome to the channel. Today we will be discussing the French economy in 2025. The economy of France is navigating a complex and transitional phase, shaped by both global pressures and domestic reforms. As the second-largest economy in the European Union, and one of the top 10 globally by nominal GDP, France continues to play a vital role in the regional and global economic landscape. In 2025, the French economy reflects a blend of resilience and uncertainty, influenced by inflation management, green transition efforts, labor market dynamics, and global geopolitical developments. After several years of volatility due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the energy crisis stemming from the Russia-Ukraine war, France's economy in 2025 is stabilizing. The French government projects GDP growth of approximately 1.2% for the year, reflecting a cautious but positive recovery trajectory. This modest growth follows stronger performance in 2023 and a slowdown in 2024, and it is supported by steady consumer spending, increased public investment, and rebounding export activity, particularly in aerospace, luxury goods, and agri-food sectors. Inflation, which surged across Europe in the early 2020s, has gradually come under control. The inflation rate in France has dropped to around 2.5% in 2025, nearing the European Central Bank's target of 2%. This deceleration has been achieved through a combination of ECB monetary tightening in earlier years, government subsidies on energy and food, and supply chain normalization. However, inflationary pressures persist in housing and some services, particularly healthcare and transportation. The French labor market in 2025 shows signs of robustness, with unemployment declining to approximately 7%, the lowest rate in over a decade. Labor force participation has increased, aided by policies that encourage workforce inclusion for young people, women, and older workers. However, structural issues remain, including regional disparities in employment, skill mismatches, and a shortage of qualified labor in sectors such as healthcare, construction, and digital services. Reforms to the pension system, which sparked widespread protests in 2023, have now been implemented, gradually raising the retirement age to 64. While the changes have eased long-term pressure on public finances, they remain controversial and continue to affect political discourse and social cohesion. France's public finances remain under strain, with a debt-to-GDP ratio hovering around 110% in 2025. While this is a slight improvement from pandemic-era highs, it still poses challenges for fiscal sustainability. The government continues to prioritize reducing the budget deficit, which has fallen below 4% of GDP but remains above the EU's Stability and Growth Pact threshold of 3%. Efforts to boost revenues include tightening tax compliance and modernizing the tax system, while spending is being curbed through administrative efficiency and targeted reductions in subsidies. Investment, however, remains strong in strategic areas like green energy, digital infrastructure, and defense. France is actively advancing its transition toward a greener economy in 2025. The government has committed billions of euros to renewable energy, particularly wind and solar, and to the development of small modular nuclear reactors, or SMRs. French automotive manufacturers are rapidly shifting toward electric vehicle production, supported by EU-wide regulations and domestic incentives. Innovation is another pillar of economic strategy, with increased support for startups and tech research, particularly in artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and biotechnology. Paris is positioning itself as a European hub for tech and finance, though it faces strong competition from other cities like Berlin and Amsterdam. France continues to be a key player in global trade, with strong ties to the EU, Africa, and Asia. However, geopolitical tensions, including the ongoing effects of the Ukraine conflict, tensions in the Indo-Pacific, and trade frictions with China and the United States pose risks to global supply chains and export growth. In conclusion, the French economy in 2025 is marked by cautious optimism. While challenges remain, particularly regarding public debt and labor market reforms, France is positioning itself for a more sustainable, innovative and resilient economic future. The balance between fiscal discipline, social cohesion, and investment in the green and digital transitions will be critical to the country's long-term prosperity. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.